This video from Iran is undeniable evidence of a massacre. As limited internet access inside Iran is gradually restored, more evidence of the regime's widespread crimes is emerging each day. A newly obtained video shows the bodies of numerous victims killed during the January 2026 protests. In the footage, families of the victims openly and loudly hold the Islamic regime's security forces responsible for the killing and massacre of their children. This directly contradicts the regime's narrative, which attempts to portray protesters as agents of foreign powers and to shift responsibility for the killings onto the victims themselves. The demands of the Iranian people are clear and unambiguous. President Trump must stand with the people of Iran and fulfill his pledge that, should the Islamic Republic carry out a massacre of protesters, it would face a firm and decisive response. Gholam Hossein Mohseni-Ejei, head of Iran's judiciary, said that authorities must act decisively against what he called those who threaten people's lives and property, warning that any leniency toward criminals amounts to injustice, stressing that the judiciary is obligated to deal with the defiant and the aggressors without compromise. He added, failing to punish a criminal when it's warranted is itself a form of injustice. His remarks have once again intensified concerns over the fate of detainees from the nationwide uprising of January. Melina Asadi, a 3-year-old child, was posthumously exploited by the state broadcaster of the Islamic Republic, which grotesquely stage-fabricated scenes depicting her death and forced her grieving parents to appear on camera. According to eyewitnesses' accounts, Melina was killed on January 8 in Kermanshah by direct gunfire from forces of the Islamic Republic at a time when security forces were indiscriminately firing at civilians. According to the received reports, Ilya Ojaglu, an 18-year-old teenager and his family's only child, was shot dead on Thursday night, January 8, in the city of Zanjan during Iran's national uprising after being directly hit by live ammunition fired by Islamic Republic security forces. Those close to the family say Ilya's mother goes to her son's grave at night and stays there, sitting in silence, born of an endless grief. According to received reports, Arman Bagheri, 32, was shot dead on an evening in January in eastern Tehran's Hengam neighborhood during Iran's national uprising after being directly targeted by Islamic Republic security forces. Arman was from the Niavaran area near Darabad. His parents are originally from Damghan. Reports indicate that he was hit by multiple bullets. Based on the received information, Amir Hossein Moradi Wafa, a 22-year-old from Kermanshah, was shot and killed by direct live fire from Islamic Republic security forces on the evening of January 8th during the nationwide uprising, after a bullet struck his skull. According to available reports, the body of this deceased citizen was returned to his family 3 days later. The process of handing over the body and holding the burial ceremony was reportedly carried out under the supervision of security forces, and the family was forced to conduct a limited and tightly controlled funeral. Based on received information, Melika Azizi, an 18-year-old citizen and one of those arrested during Iran's national uprising in January, is facing the charge of enmity against God and the risk of a death sentence. Reports indicate that Melika Azizi was arrested on Friday, January 9th, during the national uprising in the city of Masal in Gilan province and was subsequently transferred to Lakan prison in Rasht. According to shared information, her arrest was carried out violently and involved beatings. These same reports state that the allegation of burning the flag of the Islamic Republic included in her case file has been used as the basis for bringing the charge of waging war against God against this young citizen. According to received reports, Shakila Qasemi, a Baha'i resident of Kerman, was arrested by security forces. Reports indicate that before the arrest, agents raided her home and carried out a full search. During the raid, all electronic devices belonging to her and her family, including mobile phones and personal computers, were confiscated and taken away. Based on the received information, more than 1 month after the arrest of Benyamin Naqdi, a 26-year-old monarchist athlete from Shiraz, there is still no precise information about his place of detention, physical condition, or the judicial process of his case, and his family remains in complete uncertainty. Benyamin Naqdi was arrested on the evening of January 3rd during the national uprising in Shiraz. Following his arrest, Fars news agency affiliated with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps published a video titled "Confessions of the Detained Citizen" and claimed he was the same individual whose confrontation with government forces had widely circulated on social media. The video has been assessed by human rights organizations and civil activists as a forced confession. According to received reports, Mohammad Reza Abdullahpur, a member of the medical staff, was arrested by security forces while helping an injured civilian on the street. Information indicates that he was detained solely for attempting to provide aid to a wounded person and is now facing a death sentence. Informed sources say no independent individual or institution has been able to follow his legal case, and his family or relatives are in no position to pursue the judicial process. According to reports, Salman Nazar Haqiqi, 45, a married fitness coach from Rash, was severely wounded after being shot by Islamic Republic security forces and taken to hospital. Sources say that while he was in the ICU and still in urgent need of medical care, security forces arrested him from the hospital and transferred him to Lakan prison in Rasht. According to received reports, Arya Sheikhi, a resident of Masjid Suleiman, was arrested in the city on January 25, 2026 by security forces and transferred to Sepidar prison in Ahvaz, a facility previously linked to reports of mistreatment of detainees. It is said that Mr. Sheikhi had also been arrested in 2019 and 2023. After his 2019 arrest, he was barred from continuing his studies at Masjid Suleiman University. According to received reports, Mahdi Ramzan, a kickboxing athlete, was arrested in the city of Ahvaz by security forces. As of the time of his report, no official information has been released about the arresting authority, his place of detention, the reasons for his arrest, or his physical and legal condition. The lack of information about Mahdi Ramzan's fate and conditions of detention has raised growing concern about his situation. Based on received information, Armin Monsef, a writer and Iran-focused activist, was arrested by security forces on the morning of February 5th at his family home in the city of Sardasht, West Azerbaijan province. According to incoming reports, security agents entered the family residence, arrested him, and transferred him to an undisclosed location. As of the time of this report, no official information has been released regarding the arresting authority, his place of detention, or his physical and legal condition, and his family remains in complete uncertainty. Based on a received video and shared information, footage has emerged showing a deliberate, close-range shooting by state security forces targeting several pedestrians during the crackdown in January, another piece of evidence of a lethal pattern of fire against civilians. This video, reportedly recorded in Tehran's Sattarkhan area on January 10th, shows motorcycle-mounted agents stopping beside a sidewalk, aiming their weapons at several passersby, who appear to be members of a family, and opening fire without warning, confrontation, or any sign of protest. The victims were simply walking by. A video shared from the events of January 8th and 9th shows an armored vehicle belonging to Islamic Republic security forces deliberately driving into protesters in Yahyavi Square, Ardabil, running them over. According to initial reports, the attack killed at least one woman and injured 3 others. People in Tehran's Ekbatan town holding up images of His Majesty Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi the Crown Prince of Iran. Chants of Javid Shah, which means long live the Shah, by residents of Mianeh, East Azerbaijan province. Chanting long live the Shah, Rash, January 8th.